what's up, everybody? Gonna do a classic rock reaction, man. This is Led Zeppelin, and funny thing, man, here I am thinking that I've completed the Led Zeppelin studio tracks, and lo and behold, I get 2 messages saying, no, brother, you're not done quite yet. Supposedly, out there, they had done some sort of a instrumental piece, and it was back in the times when I guess they were doing their first or second album, and there was, I don't know, it was lost maybe, or there wasn't any room or something like that. But anyway, man, I want to give a shout out first and a thanks to 2 people. First, Jack Bonner, and then as well, Tina Curtis. So let me first read you Jack's note, man. Jack says, I recommend you react to an unreleased song that was meant to be in this album, being Led Zeppelin 2, but was taken off as Robert Plant didn't finish the vocal track. It's called La La, a backing track. It's probably one of the most sickest guitar solos I've ever heard. Okay, that's from Jack. And so then Tina says, Wayne, you're not done the studio stuff quite yet. This is an unreleased instrumental done around the time of their second album. Some say it's not them. I've included some sources that'll authenticate that it is them. But you be the judge. Enjoy, Tina. Okay, Tina, thank you very much. And she's also, yeah, man, so she's got all of these little snippets from exclaim.ca, genius.com, Rolling Stone. So it's definitely legit, I guess, being that these are good, reliable sources. So, well, you know what we'll do? Let's check out the track first, and then we'll come back and we'll read all of these. So, man, a Led Zeppelin instrumental. Led Zeppelin, La La. Let's get it. Listen to that thunder. That's them, man. Very distinct guitar style for the page. guitar playing is making me think of Hendrix. Yo, damn, man. Was that it? Yo, man. That's what I'm talking about. That was the shit, man. Let me tell you, holy cow. La la. Wow. That was excellent. Holy cow, man. Short, but sweet. Sweet as hell, man. So that is, what is it, a lost track or, oh, okay, Plant didn't have enough time to get the vocals in or something like that. Damn, man, that was really excellent. I've said it before a while back that I would enjoy the hell out of a Led Zeppelin instrumental album. So I'm going to say it now and I'm going to expand on that. If they had done nothing else their entire career but be some sort of a instrumental group, you know, let's just say, for example, that Robert Plant wasn't around, or he wasn't around but none of them could sing, and all they had was just their great musicianship, and they just decided, screw it, we don't need a lead singer, let's just do rock instrumentals, they would still be rock gods. They would still be successful. I have no doubt. Listen to that shit, man. They had a little bit of everything in there. Now, forgive me for the comparison. I don't know if this is blasphemous. I'm getting a vibe of Hendrix in there. It's as if they listened to a Hendrix track and they kind of got a feel for it, and they're like, yeah, you know what? We can do shit like that. Yeah, let's do this. Let's drop this now. There you go. Right? So whatever this guy can do, we can do. And not that it's a competition or anything, but I'm just getting vibes, shades of Hendrix, how his guitar style would go. But you know what? Which begs a question. I've never thought of this before until now. What did Hendrix think of Page? What did Page think of Hendrix? Were they friends? Did they cross paths? Did they collaborate? Did they even an interview, did they speak of each other? What was the relationship, if any at all, between Hendrix and Page? Surely, now who came first? Damn, I think they were both rising at the exact same time. Because Page was a session musician, very notable and successful, and then he was in the Yardbirds. And at that time, I think Hendrix was rising. He was rising and we're like, what, 66, right? So they knew of each other, but maybe they were worlds apart. Answer that for me, will you? If you know your Hendrix, your Page history in regards to a relationship, let me know about that. That'd be quite interesting. Anyway, just going back to the thought, I feel that maybe perhaps they got inspired by a sound from Hendrix, and then they said, hey, let's drop this, let's do this. Or maybe it's the other way around, I don't know. Where my timeline is concerned, it's iffy, it's sketchy. But bottom line, this was excellent. This was excellent. And yeah, I'm convinced that if they were basically just an instrumental rock band, only supplying you with rock instrumental pieces like this without any vocals, they would still be successful. No doubt whatsoever. That is the magic elixir of Led Zeppelin. That is the element of them that is really, really good. They can take the groove and all of the atmosphere. They can mix, they've got a mystical feel to it, mixed in with some blues, some great electric riffs. They got some organ backing them up, and the bass, damn man, that was slaying me, boy. And the bass, it's not amplified and in your face. It's just subtle, and it's just kind of keeping things moving. I love that about John Paul Jones. It's not that he's so hard hitting, strumming in your face, but he's got this element about him that you just know that he's present. Sometimes a little bit more present than other times, like Ramble On and the Lemon Song. That knocked my damn head off. But he has more of a, he's present. He's ever so present. You notice what he's doing, but it isn't taking too much away from everything else. And every single instrument, every single member has their moment. And I switch back and forth between who's my favorite from one song to another. I've been having this duel with myself as to who my favorite among the four is for the last year and a half. And I've come to the conclusion that I will never get to that point in really knowing. Jimmy Page is definitely my favorite guitarist, but it's a question, well, it's not a question at all. I don't care to answer that question. Who's my favorite among the members of Led Zeppelin? I just cannot pick one. So, man, back to this incredible track. My biggest knock on it is, one, it's way too damn short. Something like this has to have an extended groove. I mean, Led Zeppelin is known for, 30-minute grooves. Someone was saying that at one point in time, they've been recorded jamming for 3 hours straight. So come on, man. Something as cool as this, you got to extend that shit. And hey, listen, I'm an ex-sailor, right? I swear a lot, right? Don't get on my ass for swearing. I've gone through the whole COPPA nonsense, and I'm now very, very kind of clear as to where I stand with COPPA. And the FTC and COPPA is kind of forcing me to kind of like, okay, state your position. Where exactly are you? Every single time I post a video, yes, it's not for kids. Why? Because it's subject matter, and I swear, I naturally swear. But I'm almost literally being forced to drop F-bombs. When I used to quote things before, I would try my best to skirt around the F and the this and the this and the this. And now here I am, literally almost being forced to swear. What kind of crazy ass world do we live in, huh? Anyway, man, enough of the COPPA thing. I don't even want to get on that. So this is an excellent piece of work, man. And I'm so glad that, thank you very much for hitting me up on this and letting me know that I'm not done. Thank you to Jack. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and here's the question. How many of you know of this track? Okay, I'm not a tadpole anymore, but at the same time, I will miss things that fall between the cracks because I wasn't raised on it. I don't know it all like the back of my hand. So people who have been raised on it, grew up the last 30, 40, 50 years listening to this, you will know these things that I don't. So here's my question. Do you know of this track? If this is the first time that you are aware of this track coming through Soul Train, bro, you gotta let me know this. You gotta tell me, hey, this is the first listen with you, brother. Just send me a little note. Let me know. Just kind of stroke my ego a little bit, man. But yeah, hey, man. Fantastic. This was really, really good. And like I said, the only thing wrong with it is that it's too short. And it has to be an extended jam. Has to be an extended groove. And again, these guys with their instrumental and their musicianship, damn, man, they could have a successful rock career without any vocals. Now, they are masterful right here in their own right. Plant comes along and he puts them over the top, man. he puts them into the ranks of rock gods now. You know, by themselves with their instrumental prowess, they would be superstars. Plant comes along with his abilities, and now they're in the high echelons of the ranks of rock gods. Absolutely. That is what Plant brings to the table. But at the same time, you can say that about every single one of these members. If, it doesn't matter which one, they all kind of come together and collectively put Led Zeppelin over the top and into the ranks of rock godhood. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say it so often, that each four of these members, each one of these members, they are so essential to the embodiment of Led Zeppelin. They're so essential to the fabric of it that if you take out one element of that, it's like a very, very sensitive recipe. You take out one ingredient, you're done. Could you imagine mixing up some homemade donuts and forgetting to include the baking powder? Damn, man. Try that one time. Try making some homemade donuts and not putting in the baking powder. So it's essential that all four of these guys collectively contributed to and created the element and the force known as Led Zeppelin. I've said that so many times, you're probably sick of hearing it. What else can I say about this track that I haven't said already? Okay, well, I've been talking so much. Let me read what Tina sent me. But first off, I gotta stop for a quick break. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's read what Tina had to say here. So she's leaving me a couple of notable sources that authenticates that this is Led Zeppelin. Now, I don't know who she claims was doubting that it's Led Zeppelin. Just because they might not have heard of this track doesn't mean that it isn't. You know, it's definitely Led Zeppelin, man. So let's read her first post. Her first post is from exclaim.ca. This is Alex Hudson, published May 29th, 2014. Quote, Led Zeppelin have been rolling out archival rarities from their upcoming reissue series, and the latest is an unreleased instrumental from 1969 called Lala. Beginning with organ, the song is a fairly laid-back number with bouncy bar rock grooves and breaks of acoustic strums. That being said, there are also some distorted riffs, and Jimmy Page goes into guitar hero mode for some soloing. Okay, so that's Alex Hudson from exclaim.ca, and this is genius.com. Written by Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones, Lala is an instrumental track that appeared on the companion audio of the deluxe remastered Led Zeppelin 2 released in 2014. It's called Lala, the backing track, which most likely means the lyrics for this specific song were cut from the released audio of it, or Plant didn't have a chance to complete it. And finally, this is Rolling Stone, rollingstone.com, published May 29th, 2014 by Corey Grow. And the headline says, listen to Led Zeppelin's unreleased instrumental, Lala. Quote, the forthcoming deluxe edition of Led Zeppelin 2 includes a never-before-released instrumental track that the band recorded in '69 called Lala, which has just surfaced online in advance of its June 3rd release date. The group is at the starting point of an extensive reissue campaign, which they're launching with their first 3 albums in several extravagant configurations. Each deluxe edition contains a full bonus disc of previously unreleased Zeppelin recordings. Led Zeppelin features a full live set of the group recorded in Paris the same month that its sequel came out. Led Zeppelin 2 includes alternate mixes of 5 songs on the album, 2 instrumental versions of songs, and Lala. Unquote. And that's Rolling Stone. Alright, man, hey. I don't need more convincing, Tina. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I was convinced from the first minute, man, that it definitely is Led Zeppelin. Who are these people doubting that it's Led Zeppelin? I don't know. Anyways, man, hey, fantastic track. And I would have loved to have heard them do similar tracks like this, put it all together on one album. Just a Led Zeppelin instrumental. That would be the shit, man. Covering everything from blues to hard rock to metal grooves to their kind of faraway fantasy stuff, mixing in a bunch of folksy acoustics. Damn, man. That would be the shit, let me tell you. I'm surprised that no one has mentioned that to Led Zeppelin before. And being that they're just so proficient with their musicianship, why has it not occurred to them? Well, I guess you just can't think of everything. I mean, there's so many people probably singing in your ear, so many things going on in your mind, and it's a matter of time management too. So, it's just easy for me to just, run my mouth and say, well, they should have. But, there's also so many other factors to consider. But I'm just saying this, that had they done a couple of albums, a couple of just instrumental albums, that would just, I don't know, just put them even higher for some reason, I think. And the thing is this, I think just with instrumentals as groovy and as cool and as sexy as this, if it would probably appeal to a mass group of people crossing boundaries, crossing genres. You had the Funkadelics and all of that great stuff going on back then, but then Zeppelin has got this. I think that it would have mass appeal across the entire board. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, it's too bad that they never had the time, inclination, or ideal, or whatever the case may be, to do something like that. Because man, 2 or 3 instrumental Led Zeppelin albums with all of that thunder and groove, damn, man, salivating like a mother right now. So yeah, I'm just scrolling down to my notes here before I bounce. Yeah, so going forward with Led Zeppelin, what I'm going to be focusing on is I got a lot of catching up to do of their live stuff. I still got to finish Some Song Remains the Same. There are Fillmore's. Is it How the West Was Won? There's a couple of really very important live bootlegs that I have to get to. And so there's quite a lot of Led Zeppelin reactions left, just of Led Zeppelin and their live stuff. So basically from now till the end of the year, consider this the Led Zeppelin live run, the Led Zeppelin live series. And I know that the Celebration Day concert is a really, really big one. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to keep you locked in, anchored down into me, so that you have to continuously tune in and take the ride with me. And I will save that until the end of the year. I'm going to save that until probably the holiday season. So you are locked in. So you just can't bail on me. You're in this with me till the very, very end. But, I don't think it's going to end, because let's say we get to the end of the year and, I finished the Celebration Day. Where do we go from there? Well, what I'm planning on doing is now looking into their solo stuff. I know that Jimmy, he did collaborations with the Firm, and he was also touring with the Black Crowes. I still actually have to do a reaction and a review to It Might Get Loud. Can you believe it? I still haven't gotten to that. And I also have to check out Plant's solo works. I know Jones did some stuff as well. So there's quite a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff going on. So needless to say, I'll always have a little niche for Led Zeppelin on a weekly basis. And maybe in the next 2-3 years or whatever, I'll finally exhaust all of the Led Zeppelin material. Who knows, who says? But we'll see. But I'm no damn tadpole anymore, and I am definitely looking forward to researching this next phase, this next chapter in my Led Zeppelin walk. It's still many, many dimensions of that rabbit hole, and I'm still lost within it. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. So yeah, so that's what you can look forward to in regards to my walk with Led Zeppelin going forward. Mostly their live stuff. First, got to finish The Song Remains the Same, and then move on to everything else. So that's what's going to occupy the rest of the year for sure. Anyways, man, that's enough talking. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. Man, remember, if this is the first listen, the first time that you're hearing this, that you've been introduced to this really, really cool track coming from my ass, definitely hit me up and tell me, hey, man, you know, it's really, really cool. Thanks for that. It's a really cool listen. First time listening with you. That's really, really going to be cool if you do. So have a good one, man. There was something else. Sorry. Let me just no, actually, I think that's it. I had a question, so it's not in my notes. I'm gonna remember as soon as I turn the camera off. But anyways, man, you guys have a good weekend. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next Zeppelin reaction. Peace.